on EA Sports. And we'll see Devin White.
This is the city, Los Angeles, California. That's where we are for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7, as it'll be the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Los Angeles Rams. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Rams team as they interplay. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game, so they understand the importance of playing well and stopping this streak.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Steelers, they come in with some fresh legs as they got the week off last week thanks to the early season bye.
And usually you hope your bye comes a little bit later in the year, but when you get a chance to get fresh legs back, you take that time and you run with it.
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. Leading them out, the last active player remaining from the 05 draft, and a name that dominates headlines year-round, Aaron Rodgers.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or 2 free.
Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. But Charles, we see some of the injuries that have popped up for this franchise, and obviously hoping to get these guys back on the field in a hurry.
Brandon, I'm going to go ahead and age myself, but I'm going to ask you, when you were in high school and there were injuries, did you hear next man up from your coaches?
Well, you hear it every week now in the NFL, that's for sure.
You know, back when I played when dinosaurs roamed the earth, you didn't hear next man up. You heard, oh, no, we've got to put in Davis.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. You look at this Steeler defense. It's quite a unit, that's for sure. Number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
And since this is such a good unit at covering passes downfield, I think that last play is typical of what we might see. A lot of short passes, see if they can generate some run after the catch, but nothing doing on that one. That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. Fielded at about the 28. Call it an even 40-yard punt, 7 though on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. So here are the Steelers now to take over for the first time. It's the Mississippi State product at quarterback. Calling the shots will be Dak Prescott.
And coming off of an early season open week. And in this situation, what he told us when we sat down with him was he spent a lot of time working on fundamentals, kind of getting back to basics during that time, as opposed to having to worry about healing up or resting up. It was too early in the season. Get back to the basics, get his game going again.
On 1st down, they look downfield, and it's complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
I guess we got a good idea about what the game plan is for attacking this secondary. No beating around the bush with this crew. His first throw of the game is a deep shot, and it connects. That's a tendency breaker right there, because normally you build up to the big shot, but not in this case.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Here's Prescott. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Give him 32 on the play. There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there. They need about the length of the football here on 1st and goal. It's a keeper with Prescott, and he'll get touchdown. Dak Prescott with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Steelers are on the board first on the road here in L.A. Picking up where they left off before the open week that they had last week as they won going into that, and no signs of being stale.
No, and that's really big for them because there's a trust factor that goes into this, because what often happens, if you win the game before your open week, you usually get more time off. But if you win the game before the open week, get more time off, and don't play well the next time out, that goes away. So they're making a statement that they like that time off.
Duvernay going to sit on this in the end zone, so it'll come out to the 25. So the Rams coming back onto the field, their second drive of the game. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got a look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. They stay on the ground with White. And he's going to have a Rams first down as the tackle made at about the 43-yard line.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. This defense for the Steelers very strong in that victory a week ago.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Now it's Rodgers. On the out route, it's Lamb with a grab. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Rodgers now to throw. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. And he's taken down inside the 30. A good pickup, 17 yards, and also a Rams first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
From the 23, here's a 2nd and 4. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And this will be incomplete. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position, you have to be. You just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball.
It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
And he is going to have a Rams first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Now back to the ground game with White. He will push his way down to about the 14. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter. This a 2nd and 8. To throw is Rodgers. Out of his hands quickly to CeeDee Lamb. And the Rams are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And coming into this ball game, this was an offense that wasn't just talking about the notion of ball control. They were preaching it. They wanted to win the time of possession battle, and they've done so here. This drive's taken up quite a bit in the first quarter. Now they are set up 1st and goal.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Wilson. Oh, he's going absolutely nowhere as he is hit behind the line. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? And now the throw here is incomplete. And with that, we come to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Rams with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 4th down coming up. And his kick here is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he takes it all the way across the 40 before going out of bounds. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. And they were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll.
I would agree, because when you get that open week after a victory, it does wonders for everyone. Obviously, your body get a chance to heal up, but your mind as well. You feel good about winning, so now you can get away from it for a few days, put down the playbook, turn off the film. Just be you. Enjoy that time away, and then you come back ready to go.
From just shy of midfield, here's 2nd and 2. Once again, it's Jacobs. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. The Steelers had a very solid 4-1 here in the early part of the year. And they come in with fresh legs. They got the extra time off thanks to an early season open week.
And usually your hope is that your open week comes a little bit later in the year. But when you get a chance to get your fresh legs back, you have to take that time and run with it. And that's what they're trying to get done here.
That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
They're making it look easy out there. Another 1st down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 1st downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Josh Jacobs, his 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Steelers are able to extend their lead. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of a season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
No run back here for Duvernay. Touchback out to the 25. L.A. set to take over again on offense. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
43 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Rodgers to throw. He completes it right side to White. So no gain on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained. So they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. The offense on third down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Now Rodgers. The throw right side here going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
36 yards on the punt with no return. Here comes the offense again, and let's focus on Josh Jacobs for a moment. And you see the last drive, great chunk of yardage, the touchdown on 5 carries. And offensively, everything just looked in sync, didn't it?
It did, and the reason that it was in sync is because it's a combination of play calling, game plan, offensive line marrying up with all of their blocks. But don't forget the receivers out on the perimeter. Any type of a long run, the receivers have had a hand in that because they've occupied people downfield. And, of course, give the big credit to the man with the football. Great vision, good movement, gets to the end zone.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Now it's 2nd and 10. Here's Prescott. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now Prescott going to change the play. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
On 4th down on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. L.A. readies for its next possession. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3-point seeding.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Rodgers now on 1st down. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Throwing is Rodgers. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Rodgers in control as he hurries his guys to the line. Back to throw again, eluding the pressure right. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Second down and 6 now. Here's Rodgers. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
And that's the knowledge you gain from being in this league for a long time. He's learned the hard way when to give up and fight another down. And that's a smart move to throw it away.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. It's caught by OBJ. That he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Here comes comes the offense again, and let's focus on Josh Jacobs for a moment. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. That's caught by Myers. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. He's trying to protect his quarterback's blind side. Got nabbed for the hole.
You have one job over there. Make sure that man does not get hit. So if you have to hold occasionally, do so, because they don't catch all of them. This time they did.
This one into the hands of the rookie Luke Musgrave. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Prescott. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Prescott on 1st down. And the Rams got it. They bring him down. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. Here's Jake Elliott. Career long, by the way, for him, 61 yards. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. The kick by Elliott is good. Well, Charles, the NFL record is 66 yards. That was 5 shy of that, but only a handful of guys have ever connected from 61 or deeper, and he can add his name to the list.
Yeah, more and more guys are trying it. That doesn't mean the success rate has gone up. That is a long kick. Guaranteed, when he turns on his phone after the game, a ton of congratulatory texts will be awaiting him.
All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play. So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Steelers out in front. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as some of the division races starting to take shape as we look around the NFL here in week number 7. We'll get started up at Lucas Oil Stadium in the capital city of Indianapolis, where it was the Colts who were able to come away with the home victory. Will Levis, terrific in the win, and a much-needed win at that, as it is indeed their first on the year. From there, let's stay in the Midwest and head down to Kansas City to check on the Chiefs at Arrowhead. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. Drake London, a touchdown reception. Finally, let's get you to Baltimore. Check on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And they were losers in that game as they fall to the visiting Detroit Lions. Nick Chubb, well over 100 yards on the ground with a pair of touchdown runs. We just watched a solid first half from the 2022 rushing champ, Josh Jacobs. He had a touchdown run that helped get his guys this halftime lead. The highlights are fairly one-sided to this point. It's a 2-touchdown difference here at the break, but I wouldn't call this one over just yet. I think there could still be some fireworks yet to come.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. The Steeler offense ready to get going to begin this third quarter. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On the ground, Jacobs will get the third quarter started. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Prescott, he's going to change things up here. Here's a 2nd and 7. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And the Rams are going to take over at their own 41. Well, pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the third quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive? I think they just crossed it on that one.
So good field position for the Rams as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
Partner, the Mike linebacker, the middle linebacker has so many different responsibilities. How excited do you think he was to get home with that blitz?
Yeah, he wants a sack. He got it. Throwing on 2nd and long. Rodgers.
Well, the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And now another one thrown incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. Shedding the tackle. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
80 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs.
And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line.
18 more yards there and another 1st down. Jacobs going to try the middle. And some space here.
And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33.
12 more yards there and another 1st down.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
Yeah, he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
And hold on here because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. 2nd down and a little more than a yard here. Well, looks like they'll move things around here.
2nd down, Prescott. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So potentially a turning point here in the third quarter as that swings the door back open just a bit.
Yeah, they're still down 2 scores, but I do think we're at that point in the game where you're going to reach for the football whenever possible. You're going to hear the coaches scream from the sidelines, tackle him, 2nd guy in, tackle the ball.
Here's a Los Angeles.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing?
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Jacobs is not going to get back to the line of scrimmage as they'll tackle him at the 3.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. Off the play fake, Prescott. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers.
Reggie Gilliam.
His first touchdown on the year.
And the Steelers have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns.
That drive that really increased their cushion, Felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Duvernay going to sit on this in the end zone, so it'll come out to the 25.
So now here are the Rams as their offense comes back out.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. To throw, it's Rodgers.
Left side to Lamb.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
And you start to think if it's going to happen for these guys, it's got to start with this drive. Down 3 scores, they need to start making some inroads. And that'll help the cause there as they pick up good yardage and a first down.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Rodgers now to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's White. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 44-yard line. And again, it's Rodgers. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw complete there to Beckham.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Now a play fake. Rodgers. And this is going to be incomplete. The Steeler defense locked in, forcing an upcoming 4th down. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is. At the 6-yard line. 3 quarters in the books. Back now in Los Angeles. It's Steeler football, and they have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
And it would appear that the open week a week ago came just at the right time as they have dominated the proceedings here into this 4th quarter.
And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line.
134 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
On first down, they go with Jacobs again.
And not much doing there, maybe a yard up to the 23.
And quickly, they get to the line. Prescott now on 2nd down.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. Well, 4th quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now Prescott. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to...
He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
Well, that interception at least offers them a glimmer of hope here in the 4th quarter.
It certainly does if their offense goes out now and makes it pay off by getting into the end zone. And if it does, then they get a chance to get back out on the field and try and do it again. Maybe they can force that offense into more and more mistakes and give them a chance to get back into this one totally.
They have still a 3-score hill to climb. We'll see if they can do it.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10.
Now we're 1st and 10 at the 11.
To throw is Rodgers. It's grabbed over the middle by White. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Rodgers going to throw. To the back of the end zone, but too high. Over everybody and incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Here's Rodgers to throw. And it's caught. That he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down. Now Rodgers got to have this one. And it'll be intercepted. Taylor Rapp with a pick.
And the Steelers are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
Following the interception, here's Prescott.
Open man is Musgrave, the tight end.
And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. A 1st down throw for Prescott. Flushed out right. And he's able to take this one to the 35-yard line. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. A 2nd down throw for Prescott.
Throw caught by Musgrave.
And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle is going to be made at the Rams' 40. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column.
Now Dak, he's going to mix it up.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. And that is incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit too.
Throwing here, Prescott. He'll find Goodwin here on the right side. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 27-yard line. On play action, Prescott.
That's going to be taken in by Downs.
And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Here's Jacobs. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Josh Jacobs with his second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Steelers are looking to run it to 5-1 on the season as they add to their fourth quarter lead.
Elliott good with a PAT, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
No run back here for Duvernay. Touchback out to the 25. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their third straight defeat.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Over the middle to Beckham. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Now look out, Rodgers lost the football, and it's picked up by the Steelers. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. And I don't know that that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the fourth, it doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address this come practice next week, because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help him improve.
Well, Prescott here to throw. Being chased out left. He finds his man, complete. It's Jacobs. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Prescott to throw it. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back through the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Duvernay going to sit on this in the end zone, so it'll come out to the 25. Now the Rams offense getting the football back. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. Just too much to handle on the other side in this one.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers.
He'll leave this one for White.
And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. One final try for Rodgers. We've seen this before. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
Well, this was a really nice display, Charles, of complimentary football, especially how much they were humming in the second half to pull away and get the victory. Really a complete performance.
And so much fun when you're able to have everyone contribute both sides of the ball. You go back in the locker room and you just savor it, right? Because that's what football's all about. A true team game, and they got it done in this one.
Also for Pittsburgh, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. From Los Angeles, so long, everybody.